So in this video, we're going to teach you how to hit an amazing speed up for any level. Hey everyone, it's Pickleball with Tyler from Universal Rackets. And once again, if you stay tuned for this whole video, we are going to teach you how to speed the ball up in pickleball. Regardless of your playing level, we are going to go over tons of tips and tricks, so make sure you buckle your seatbelts and stay tuned for this amazing video. Now, the first thing that we have to go over, once again, this is a speed up. Not this. Once again, this is a speed up, not that. Where too many players go wrong is when they speed up the ball, they try to automatically win the point. They have a big giant backswing, their opponent's able to read it, and then also they try to hit the ball as hard as possible. If you want to hit an effective speed up, you need to be efficient and you need to slow the ball down. From the start, you have to realize the goal of the speed up is to create an opportunity. It's not to automatically win the point. Now, a lot of pickleball players, they go wrong with the speed up just like they go wrong with their third shot drives. They wind up for a third shot drive, they try to hit the ball as hard as possible, and they either A, blow their arm out, B, hit the ball long, or C, miss an easy shot. Exact same thing with the speed up. When you hit a drive or you hit a speed up, the goal is to get a short reply or to get a pop-up for the next ball to catch your opponent off guard and then capitalize off the point. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to realize once again, this is the speed of your speed up. Now notice, I am not hitting that ball super hard. A normal dink is like this, a speed up is like that. It is about 50% power. What's going to happen when you're speeding the ball up, you're going back and forth with your opponent, back and forth with your opponent, back and forth with your opponent, and then you're going to, instead of dinking the ball back, you're going to just flick your wrist and give it a tiny bit more pace. That is number one. If you want to hit a better speed up, you have to understand that you need to A, slow the ball down, play with 50% power, and B, realize that it's to create an opportunity. And what do I mean by that? If I ever get the ball sped up on, or if I ever get sped up on, what it's going to look like is this. If you ever play a good player and they're able to read the speed up, they're going to counter it and block it back. But the goal is if you speed the ball up at me, the next ball that I'm going to give you is like that. Think, you and I are dinking, then finally I give you a ball to speed up, then what's going to happen? I'm going to be used to that normal dinking pace. I'm not going to be ready. I'm going to pop the ball up, and then you're going to smash the ball down. The goal of the speed up, once again, is to create a pop-up and it's to create an opportunity. Now, the next thing that we have to go over is the proper swing path. So we're going to go step by step on how to exactly have this technique for the speed up. Now, when we go and we speed up this shot, I want you to think about keeping the paddle out in front. Where too many players go wrong is that they take a backswing. Number one, if you take a backswing, the ball's going to go to the fence. And number two, if you take a backswing, your opponent is going to be able to read it. The best piece of advice that I ever received up at the kitchen in pickleball is you either want to make your dinks look like your speed ups or your speed ups look like your dinks. You're going to be able to give away to your opponent that you're going to speed the ball up if you take a giant backswing. Regardless if I'm hitting a dink or regardless if I'm hitting a speed up, I want to make sure I have the exact same type of backswing. Notice, here is my dink, here is my speed up. The backswing's here. I'm not taking the paddle back. All I'm doing is instead of pushing forward, I'm flicking my wrist. So step one is to make sure that I keep the paddle out in front of my body. Next, after I have my paddle out in front of my body, now it is time to get the actual speed on the speed up. Now, players go wrong. For the dinks, you want to make sure you use your arm and shoulder. You want to extend with your arm and your shoulder. However, for the speed ups, instead of using your arm and your shoulder, you want to use your wrist. I want you to think with the speed up that you're coming around the ball. If you're a right-handed player, you're getting the right side of the ball. If you're a left-handed player, you're getting the left side of the ball. Now, you're literally not coming around the ball, but it's kind of like you're cradling the ball. You're not just hitting the ball forward. You're coming on the outside of it and wrapping around. So you're going to put your paddle down, And all you're going to do is you're going to move your wrist to the side. Notice it's not up, it's not forward. I'm moving my wrist. Now, if you're just picking up the pickleball game and you're just learning how to speed up, yeah, you can go forward and under it. So if you're just learning, you can go forward and under and flick your wrist. Again, you can go forward and under. But the main goal is when I take my paddle back, notice I always keep the paddle out in front of my body. And then I'm just going forward with my wrist. Now again, the beginner, speed up, you're going to go down and then you're going to go forward. But as you advance, you want to kind of cradle and go around the ball. A great way to do this, or a great key to make sure that you end up in the proper swing path, is after you're done, you're going to finish with your paddle tip forward. I want you to notice when I speed up these shots. Again, when I put my paddle down, when I finish, my paddle tip is going to be forward. Again, I put my paddle down, forward. I put my paddle down, forward. I put my paddle down, forward. And that is a great drill to do. Start with your paddle down, put the ball out in front of you, and then finish with your paddle forward. Again, I'm going to start with the paddle down just like I'm doing a dink. I'm going to drop the ball in front of me, and then I'm going to put my paddle forward. The next thing that I want to go over, and we already went into it a tiny bit, is the contact. When you make contact with your speed up, you want to make sure that your contact is out in front and away from your body. Too many players go wrong because they use their speed up as a cop-out, or they can't speed up the right ball because they're jammed and they're hitting the ball too close. You're never going to be able to create good pace. You're never going to be able to create a good shot if the ball gets super close to you. You always want to use the speed up when you have room to get the ball out in front. Notice, I always want to take the ball out in front. So how do we do that? It's very easy. You're going to drop the ball out in front. You're going to start with the drop out in front. You're going to put your paddle out in front with the paddle tip down, and then you're going to come around. Again, I'm going to drop the ball out in front, put the paddle tip down, and then come around. Notice the speed that I'm hitting. Notice my elbow, and that's the next thing that we're going to get into. When I'm using this swing, notice where my elbow is. The elbow is the biggest determinant if I'm taking an unnecessary backswing or if I'm keeping the paddle out in front. Notice when I do this, here's where players go wrong. They take it back, look at my elbow goes back. I'm keeping my elbow out in front, look. See, my elbow's always close to your body. So when you are doing this motion, you're making contact down in front of your body, you're starting with your paddle tip down, you're finishing with your paddle tip forward, and you're always keeping your elbow out in front. Now, after we make contact, after we have the swing, paddle tip down, paddle tip out in front, paddle tip down, paddle tip out in front, now it's time to make sure that we're in the proper ready position for the next ball. Now notice, if you win off of a speed up, if you're able to get a point off of the speed up that you had, then hey, guess what? Good for you. You automatically won the point. But what if your opponent is going to hit the ball back? So here's where players go wrong, and this is where I used to go wrong as well. I would play a lot of rec play. I would go to my local park, and if I was able to speed the ball up 9 times out of 10, my opponents wouldn't be able to block the ball back. So I would do this. I would go, boom, here we are. Here's my speed up. Wait, sorry, here we are. And then I would put my paddle down. Now I just trained myself to automatically get into the proper position. I kind of gave it away. But what you want to do, or where players go wrong, including myself when I used to play a lot at the local park, is I would automatically win the point off of the speed up. And I'm not understanding the goal of the speed up, which is to create an opportunity. And remember, that's the first thing that we went over in this video. So what would happen is the faster you hit the ball, the faster it's going to come back. Once again, the faster I hit the ball, the faster it's going to come back. So what I would do is I would hit it, I know I'd win the point, and I'd kind of back away and my paddle would be down. And then I got a call, made a good friend group, made a good pickleball group, and they started inviting me to their 5-0 plus matches, and they were able to counter. They were able to read. They were able to anticipate it. So where it went wrong is I would bring this thing that I was winning points at the local park. I would speed up the ball, and then boom, I would get body bagged. They would literally eat it and eat me alive, and I would have a welt on my chest. What do you have to do? After you speed up, you have to be ready for the cleanup. Once again, I want you to say it out loud. After you speed up, you need to be ready for the cleanup. So make sure after you're done speeding up, notice what I do now. The paddle tip down and the paddle tip forward, that's not only for the proper swing path of the speed up, but also it's to ensure that you're in the proper ready position. So by training yourself, paddle tip down, paddle tip up, paddle tip down, and then paddle tip up, not only you're going to have the right swing, but also you're going to be ready. Notice after I speed up, I'm forward, I'm leaning forward, my paddle's out in front, and I'm ready to block back the next ball. Again, a lot of players, including myself, they do this. They hit it hard and maybe they're not even engaged. I'm speeding up into my next shot. My body is forward, my paddle is forward. I'm ready for my next shot. Now notice, here is the thing, and this is called the triangle effect. If I go directly at you and I go to this side of you, 9 times out of 10, it's going to come back diagonal. Now, if I speed the ball up at you, if I speed the ball up at your backhand right now, you're a right-handed player, I'm a right-handed player, I speed the ball up here at your backhand, you're going to, if you make contact and block that ball back, it's going to come this way. It's a triangle, you see? You see the triangle? See that triangle? So I'm going to get a backhand. So what happens is if you speed up to opponent's backhand, if they're a right-handed player, 9 times out of 10, the next ball's going to be a backhand. So if I speed up straight ahead, I need to make sure that my paddle's cheating backhand because I'm probably going to get a ball in the middle. That's the triangle effect. If I speed the ball up straight ahead at my opponent's forehand, or if they're a lefty, hopefully a backhand, because speeding up a forehand, if they're able to read it, it's not good. But if I speed up as a forehand, try it again, here we are. What's going to happen? 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a forehand counter. So if I speed up this way, again, I'm going to probably get a ball over here. So by understanding that I'm able to put my paddle in the position that I think I'm going to anticipate the ball going to come, that's going to help me make sure that I'm ready for the next shot. Now, the higher level the players, the faster the ball, the faster it's going to come back. What you're looking for, again, is if you can speed up properly, you're going to get a ball that's kind of floating. Now, by doing that and by making sure I'm ready, I go straight ahead, I'm ready, I'm leaning in, and now I'm able to block back the next shot. You need to, after you're done, be forward. I want you to pretend that you're tackling someone. If you're tackling someone and I'm trying to tackle you and I pull my body up or I fall to the side, I'm going to get laid out. I'm going to get flattened. However, if I'm tackling you and I go into you and I go forward, now I'm going to be able to get my body weight into you. When you're speeding up the ball, you want to think that you're literally tackling someone forward, being ready. Now notice, where do you want to speed up a ball at an opponent? You essentially want to speed up at opponent anywhere where they are on their dominant shoulder side. And what I mean by that is if you go over here, I'm going to be able to counter. And again, the lower level players, they're not going to be able to do that. And by you just getting the ball out in front, making contact down front, putting your paddle down, putting your paddle tip forward, and understanding that you got to keep your elbow in, and you're hitting 50% power, you're going to completely change your game. It's going to give you another tool in your toolbox, and you're going to be able to win more pickleball points. However, if you're playing higher level players, you're going to need to put it in the proper position, because if you don't, they're going to make you eat it. Now, if you're ever playing a right-handed player, you want to speed the ball up at their right shoulder or their right hip. If you're ever playing a left-handed player, you want to speed the ball up at their left shoulder or left hip. You want to speed the ball up on their dominant side, and here's why. If you don't aim for their shoulder and their hip, they're going to be able to easily just come down and hit a forehand. If you speed up on this side, their non-dominant shoulder or hip, if they're good, they're going to be able to move and just hit a backhand. However, if you speed up as their shoulder or their hip on their dominant side, they're not going to be able to get out of the way, because if you did it right, they're not going to be able to read it, and they're going to get into this thing as a chicken wing. This is the position that you want your opponents to be making contact when you hit your speed ups. Notice, by me being like this, it's like a chicken wing, I'm going to be able to do nothing but get the ball back. And that's what you want. You want a nothing reply so you can capitalize it and kill the ball back. So again, you're going to speed the ball up, and I'm going to get it like this because I'm not going to be able to read it. And then what's going to happen, you're going to be able to capitalize on the next shot because you're ready. Now, even if they're able to counter and you speed the ball up and you're doing this and you're forward and you're working on exactly what we went on, they're going to hit it fast, and then guess what? You're going to be able to just block it back because you're in the proper position. So the higher level you get, the more you got to lean in, but essentially you always want to aim here. Now, It depends, and this is where pickleball gets so subjective. People ask all these specific questions. Hey, what should I do in this situation or that situation, or what should I do X, Y, and Z? And it depends on who you're playing. If you go against a person in recreational play or you're playing competitively, if you're playing recreational, unless you're speeding up really slow and you're going at their chest, it's kind of frowned upon. You don't really want to speed up the ball hard. There's people like Hayden Patriquin that they actually play professional pickleball, and he'll literally speed the ball up directly at their face and he'll try to hurt them. And people frown upon it, people get mad at it, but hey, it's a play. If you're not able to get out of the way, guess what? It's automatically a point. Now, if you're playing recreational play, again, unless you don't like the person, I don't really advise speeding up the ball at them unless they're better than you or you know that they can handle it. However, if you're playing competitive play, you want to speed these balls up. If you see a person that don't have hands, their hands aren't up, that's when you want to speed a shot up at them. If I go straight ahead and I'm against John and I speed the ball up and he counters it, what's going to happen? I'm not going to probably want to speed the ball up again unless I have a really good opportunity. However, if I'm playing against Drew and I go against Drew, and Drew is a player, he has all good shots, but he just doesn't have hands, guess what I'm doing every single time? Every ball is going to Drew. There's going to be players that you play in your pickleball journey that don't have hands. They're going to get really mad when they get jammed. They don't know what to do with it, and they're going to lose a lot of points. If you ever smell blood in the water and you can see that your opponent does not like speed ups and cannot handle speed ups, guess what you're going to do? You're going to continue to speed up the ball at them. And how do we do that again? You're going to make contact down front, you're going to put your paddle tip down, and then you're going to finish with your paddle tip forward, and you're going to try to come around the ball. Now, we talked all about the forehand speed up, but the exact same thing with the backhand speed up. Paddle tip down, and then you're going to go forward. Now, if you're doing the backhand, I think it's really difficult to hit a one-handed backhand speed up. I try to do it, but probably most of the time it's because I get lazy. However, for the two-handed speed up, you want your paddle tip down, and then you want to use your left hand. A lethal combination is if you can get the backhand dink, and then do the backhand speed up, that's going to help you a ton. Now, that's for more, I would say 4-0, 4-0-ish, 4-5 level. Now, the more advanced you get, the next thing that you want to do is you want to start turning your body and backing off the line to give yourself space. The type of ball that you want to speed up, and this is why you want to start backing off the line and giving yourself space. And if you're a recreational player just picking up the game, you're probably looking at the camera right now going, how could you? You're going to tell me back off the line? So many pickleball coaches, my coach tells me to hug the line all the time. Yes, you're supposed to hug the line in most situations. But if you're playing and you want opportunities that you can speed up the shot, the advanced players, what they do, they're backing off the line. And that's something that I'm trying to get into. And I've learned all throughout my whole pickleball career that, okay, hug the line, take balls out there, hug the line, take balls out there. And it's really difficult to start working on getting back off the line. It's kind of like trying to retrain your mind to something that you've been working on for 50 years. It's very hard to get out your muscle memory. But by backing off the line, you want to make contact out in front of you, right? The next thing you want to do is if you can think that you're not only using your wrist, but to make your speed up even more lethal is if you can get your legs down at the ball, that's going to help you get under the ball. Notice when I hit the speed up, I can't hit up. When I'm making contact with the speed up, the higher the ball, the easier it is to speed up. The higher the ball, the easier it is to speed up. Now, why is that true? Because think, the net is that height. If I'm hitting around net height, I don't have to hit up on the ball. All I have to do is hit forward. If I have a higher ball than net, I can hit downward. The more advanced I get, the lower the level of the ball that I'm going to be able to speed up at. The higher level speed up players, they're able to speed up from below the net. Now that's really difficult because in order to make contact or hit a ball that's below the net, you have to hit up to get the ball over net. However, the way to do this and the way to get balls from below the net up over a net and hit a consistent, good, successful speed up is one thing, and that's dropping our legs down. If you want to hit a good speed up and you get past the normal motion, you get past aiming in the exact spot that you want to go, being ready. If you want to take it to the next level, now what you're going to do is instead of doing this, hugging the line, now you're going to turn your body to the side, and then you're going to go like this. Notice I'm going to go back off the line. I'm going to get my dominant heel or dominant foot in line with the ball, and then I'm going to go. The whole goal with this drill is to allow yourself, look, by getting your foot and giving yourself, look, normal balls, how many balls are going to be dead tanks that are sitting up? Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 balls, right? There's not going to be a lot of balls that you're going to be able to speed the ball up at, unless you literally go at your opponent and they are hitting out balls. But the reason why advanced players are able to speed up way more shots than beginner intermediate players, and this was such a light bulb moment for me, is that I'm like, oh, I see all these players on pickleball. I'm watching Anna Lee, Anna Bright, Ben Johns, Andre Descu, whoever. I'm watching all these players in Major League Pickleball and everything, and they're speeding up all these shots. I'm good. I'm like a 5-0. I'm a Division I, former Division I tennis player. I'm really good at pickleball. Why the H-E-L-L can I not speed these balls up? And then I try to speed the ball up and I hit in the net, I hit in the net, I hit it out, I hit it out. I watched tons of tips and I still couldn't get it. Why can't I? Are they that much better than me? Well, yes, they are. But I still thought that I would be able to do at least half the speed ups that the pros are doing. But when I played, I felt like I could never speed up the ball. And no matter what I looked at, I couldn't figure this out. And here's why. The reason why is because, again, the balls that you want to speed up are high dead dinks. Normal players and players that I'm playing against, they're not going to give me those shots. It's it's a unicorn. It's once in a blue moon. However, what the advanced players are doing is, say, a normal ball that's going to be pushing at me around here, that I'm going to either A, hit a neutral volley, or B, maybe like I'd move back and hit a dink, right? What they're doing is, instead of me, when I'm up here, this is a neutral or defensive ball. I can either take it out of the air or I can let it bounce and just go forward. But what they're doing is, instead of them being here, they're moving back a little and they're getting low so they can make that an offensive ball. Now, this is something that I'm still trying to figure out. And by explaining this to you guys, this is actually starting to become a light bulb moment to me, is that balls that I'm normally hugging the kitchen line are not speed upable, right? Coaches always say green light, yellow light, red light, right? The green zone, the yellow zone, the red zone. Okay, well, you want to go at the green zone, okay? And then you're going in clinic, you're working on your speed ups just like myself, and you're speeding up, okay, cool, good, good, good. And then you go out to a match, and why can I not speed up the ball? I see it on TV all the time. The reason why, again, is because instead of being here high, you're going to get balls that are down here. Now, if I stand up here and I'm not turning my body and I'm not giving myself distance, I'm going to be jammed or I'm going to hit the ball forward. By moving back and getting my ball back, number one, that's going to get my contact down front. By moving back and lining up my back heel and getting into the ball, that's going to help me get below the ball so I can hit up on it. And if I can do this motion, that's going to help me get topspin, lift the ball up, hit spin, and get that ball in. So what you need to start doing, if you want to be more advanced and you want to see more speed ups in your own play, you have to start moving back and dropping back. Notice, when I hit this backhand speed up, I'm going to move back, I'm going to align my back foot with the ball, and then I'm going to hit. Notice, I'm going back and then I'm finishing forward. When I'm doing the forehand, I'm going back and finishing forward. Now, this is easier said than done. It's going to be super difficult, and I'm still having trouble myself to find out what are the balls that I should move back and do this, or what are the balls I should stand up and volley. And it's very simple, but it's not simple applying it in actual games. It's the speed of the shot. Is the ball dying down, or is the ball coming in hot with a lot of topspin? Or is the ball slowing down and bouncing up? If the ball is slowing down and bouncing up, then I have time to move back. However, if the ball's coming faster, I need to get the ball out here, because if I let that ball beat me and I can't get that back foot back, I'm not going to be able to hit a good shot. I'm going to get beat, and I'm going to have to slow down. I'm going to pop up the ball, and my opponents are absolutely going to kill me. And that has happened to me so many times. Now, great drill to do, and if you have a partner, or you can do this to yourself, or you could do it for wall, to get advanced level speed ups, you're going to toss the ball backwards, and you're just going to work on turning and lining it up with your back heel. So again, I'm going to go back, line it up with the back heel. Now notice, I'm not going here close to my body. I'm turning here, and then what? I'm gonna go around forward. I'm turning back here, lining it up, and then I'm going to go forward. Again, I'm gonna turn, line up, here we are, speed up forward. I'm gonna turn, here we are, speed up forward. Now, the way that I like to think of it is it's kind of like a ground stroke in a way. It's kind of like a drive, except I'm keeping my swing really short. I'm going here, just like thing. I'm hitting a normal drive. I'm going here and then finishing forward. Here, I'm still pivoting, getting my back heel, but then instead taking my paddle back. As soon as my paddle goes down with my paddle tip, that's when I'm going to finish up. So essentially, you kind of want to be sideways and then you want to go. Or you want to be sideways and then you want to go. The last thing that we're going to go over is holding the shot. I want you to think again, you want to make your dinks look like your speed ups and your speed ups look like your dinks. I was playing in this, I think it was a money ball or something, and I was playing against Zane Ford, his name was. He's getting all this slack and stuff. He's throwing his paddle, and it's like the bad boy of pickleball. He's trying to be the bad boy of pickleball. I think he needs to win a little bit more matches. I don't know. He was really good when I played him. And when I played him in this match, he was very aggressive, and he was very good, and he plays very aggressive when I was playing him in this money ball. And what he did so well, and I felt like every single ball I was reacting, because he would get it here, and he plays really aggressive. He plays exactly like how he carries himself, right? And he would boom last minute, and you wouldn't know if he was hitting a dink or if he was speeding the ball up. 9 times out of 10, he was speeding the ball up because he knew he could just blow through me. But when he was doing this, though, what was so good is he was waiting to the last minute. Another great example is Ryan Sherry. Ryan Sherry would wait to the last minute. He wasn't doing it really for his speed ups and dinks, but he would do it for his drives and his drops. And it made such a good thing is if you can hold the ball 1 split second longer. I want you to think if you're on the other court with me, right? You got to disguise the speed up, right? And that's a big thing. So we'll get into that in a second, but you're dinking, you're dinking, you're dinking. Now speed up, right? You're dinking, you're dinking, you're dinking, then speed up. Whereas the guy Zane did really well, and what Ryan Sherry does really well on his drives and drops is Zane would be like this. He would be here, right? And instead of speed up, what he would do is he would be here. Now, a normal person would have sped up right there, but what he's going to do is he's going to wait a split second, and then he's going to go. Or he's going to wait a split second, and then he's going to dink back. Each shot, you don't know if they're speeding up or if they're dinking, and the only reason why is because they're holding 1 tiny second longer. 1 split second longer, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm just up here like, okay, I'm gonna try to be ready, but it's so hard, and it's like they're holding you at their mercy in a way because they just wait. They're here, they're back, and you don't know, are they going to dink? Are they going to speed up? Are they going to speed up over here? Are they going to speed up in the middle? Are they going to speed up what? Because they're right here. So if you can wait, and I'm trying to improve this in my game as well, if you can wait 1 split second longer and just hold the ball for a little bit longer, that's going to help a ton. Now, you still need to make sure you're in the proper position because if you wait 1 second longer, what's going to happen? You're going to get the ball closer to you. And if you get the ball closer to you, what does that mean? You could be jammed, you could float the ball up, or you could let the ball go long. Now, the higher level you get, the more you're going to need that. And that's what I hope you guys understand from this video. If you're John or Dave or Nancy or Susan just picking up the game of pickleball, and I'm so excited that you guys checked out this channel, guess what we're doing? We're trying to look for a higher ball. We're putting our paddle tip down. We're understanding that the goal is to not win the point. It's to create an opportunity. That's it. Now, if you're feeling good and you're just using your wrist, then guess what? If you're a little bit higher level, now you're going to come around the ball. That's what I was doing for a lot. That's what I was doing for the past, honestly, instead of like 4 months ago. But I would never get to that next level because I'm like this. And then you see the next level. And then if you want to take it even further, okay, now we're moving back and now we're finishing forward. We're able to disguise it. And again, not only moving back to give ourselves time and holding it 1 split second longer, but notice my backswing, right? Dinks look like the speed ups and speed ups look like the dinks. Notice I'm here, I'm going back and then I'm finishing forward. I'm going back and then I'm finishing forward. I'm taking a backswing, and it's just so intimidating when you play these guys or gals and they're warming up. And I play once in a blue moon, right? It's once in a blue moon. I'm not trying to go pro in pickleball. I would rather put my time growing Universal Rackets and growing my company and growing my social media than going pro in pickleball. It's going to take a lot of time. However, when I see these people that are very high level, and it's once in a blue moon when I finally get to play against them, it's so intimidating when you see someone and you're like, ah, they're good. It's not the bag, it's not the drives, it's not the drops. For me, when I go out to a level and I go, oh my gosh, you know what? This man or this woman is, I've met a match above me. It's when they're like this in their dinks. When I'm just like this. By them, one little backswing, one little hold it, and then flicking their wrist forward, it just doesn't get you comfortable. And that's a big thing. If you can keep your opponent on your toes and keep your opponent guessing and have the ball in your court, you're going to win so many more pickleball points. Now, the big thing with this shot, again, is understanding where to place it. And a good thing about it, and a great drill to do, is when you're going for the speed up, you want to give yourself good margin for error. Now, there's a lot of players that let out balls go. There's a lot of players that let out balls go and they'll bite on balls. If you ever play a player that lets out balls go and they bite on balls, you can probably get away with a ton of high balls. However, what you want to do is you want to give yourself big margin. You want to be aiming, and a great drill to do is aim around here when you're speeding the ball up. Don't try to aim too low. Don't try to aim too high. And just work on, without a player, without an opponent, just here, right? I'm here, and I'm giving myself a ton of margin. Notice how my balls are going in the court. They're not going too deep. They're not going too short, and I'm going around here. Because the higher the ball is, the more your opponent's going to be able to come down on the ball, the more they're going to be able to read it, and they're going to be able to let it go long. So go out, go hit a couple balls regardless of what type of version that you want to speed the ball up at. Beginner, stand there here, going around or moving back, holding it if you want to be really advanced, and start giving yourself margin for error and aiming around here. If you can use all these different tips and tricks and start adding a speed up into your pickleball game, you're going to win many more pickleball points. If you can play beginner, intermediate, rec level, and again, just by going like this instead of like this, or instead of like this, that's going to be a huge thing. And the last thing that I want is, remember, when I speed up, right, I'm dinking, I'm dinking, I'm dinking, I'm ding, speed up. I'm dinking, right? You want to wait. You don't want to use it. And where players go wrong, this is the last thing, I just remembered it, is when you speed up, it's just like when I taught you how to slice. You're going to know how to speed up after this video. And if you did, please comment in the comments below that I helped you incorporate a speed up or get another tool in your game. But what you're going to do is you're going to have this shot. And the worst type of player, and this used to happen with me, but I wasn't doing it on purpose, but I was doing it because, again, I didn't move back. I wasn't giving myself, I was trying to speed up though, is you're going to play someone, you're going to dink once or twice, and you're going to feel insecure about the dink, so you're going to feel like that person's better than you, or you're going to have nerves. And what are you going to do? You're going to do fight or flight, and you're going to speed the ball up at the wrong time. You're going to dink, dink, speed up, and then you're like, why the heck did I speed the ball up? You need to use your new speed up as a tactic. You need to use your new speed up with a plan. You can't be using it as a cop-out. I never want you to speed the ball up out of nowhere. I never want you to speed the ball up when you feel like you're losing in a dinking rally. You're going to speed up when you're looking for an opportunity, when you feel like the person in front of you or is inferior, and that's another big thing. You always want to go straight ahead with a speed up, never cross court, even though, again, I still do. And yes, okay, the certification person's going to go, hey, guess what? You're going cross court. That's wrong. Problem X, Y, and Z. But hey, guess what? You know, if John has hands over there and you're playing recreational pickleball and you're not playing against Ben Johns, and he has or she has bad hands, guess what? I'm still going to speed up cross court and I'm going to win the point. Or I'm going to speed up down the middle if I go cross court and if they can't cover the court. So again, you essentially want to speed up down the line, but you can get away with it cross court too. I'm so sorry I said that, but the whole goal about this is to give yourself another tool. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm trying to make pickleball in this channel, and these tips and tricks are for every single level. If you want to do it a little bit, guess what? If you want to do a lot, here we are. We're able to hit all different types of levels. Now, the best way to support this channel isn't to like, isn't to subscribe, isn't to do all that. It's to share with your pickleball group. If you felt like you got value from this pickleball video, make sure to share this to your pickleball group chat. I know you are in some type of pickleball group chat on your phone. And if this video benefited you, make sure to click the share button, drop this link in your pickleball group chat, and make all your friends, all your partners, not your opponents. Do not give this to your opponents, but anyone else, anyone that you're not playing in the next 2 weeks that matters, share this video and have them learn how to hit a speed up for any level, regardless of their pickleball playing ability. Have a good one. Happy hitting. Speed balls up with intention. And we will see you guys next time on court.